Hi guys, my name is Marzena.
My name is Slawek.
Welcome to Masquerade Camp Online. This is American Viennese Waltz Gold and above level.
So we prepared very interesting and exciting steps for you. The first one is called Swivel and Rendez.
Okay, let's start.
And 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3.
1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3. On the other angle. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3. So this step starts from a half of a reverse turn going into crossbody lead that we already know from bronze level. Let's just go through this one time together, and then we will talk about all those more difficult patterns that come right after that.
And 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. So now, gentlemen, we're leading lady. Well, let's back up a little bit. So we're leading lady into the underarm turn. 3, 2, 3. But now see, the arms still stay up because we're leading the additional pivoting action for the lady in hesitation, timing 4, 2, 3. Okay?
As we go there, it's very important that we actually are pivoting on those toes, and we are keeping very strong left side lead on the very end. So as I'm starting with the right side lead, the moment that I go here, I'm going to go immediately to the left side lead, and I'm going to maintain that left side lead until I take the following step to open, and then I will end in a beautiful lady promenade position. So I hope you can see it. Maybe we should do this way, from the crossbody lead, where the lady is she is going as she would go to a hover. Then as I'm turning, I do a spiral, and I'm going to go very strong left side lead, forward in CBMP, and turn. Then we have to lower on the very last step. So our timing is a 1, 2, 3 with a strong compression. Okay, so let's do this in the original alignment. We go 1, 2, 3. Now, as we go to the next step, it's a very strong heel lead. And as I go there, my arms, they have to go with me. So please make sure you don't walk away with this arm behind. I'm going forward as I would go to like a reverse hoppy stick in Latin. And then our left hip flexor is going to turn our body to end with the right side lead.
So there's few important actions for the man in order to make the lady look beautiful. So let's start first from the underarm turn from the crossbody lead. So here's what I need to do from my right side. I encourage lady to make her understand very clearly where I want her to go while she turns, but at the same time my left side is picking up, so that makes her actually starting the turn. So you see my right arm still will say you need to keep traveling that way, but the left arm being up help her to understand there's still an underarm turn. Okay, so that happens in a 1, 2, 3. Now here's what's important, gentlemen. Now you're going to lead lady into the, we call it a pocket turn. So it's a pivoting action forward with the left foot. See, I start dropping the arm down, which tells lady that we are about to finish this turn. Okay, so this way lady knows we are done with the turning action. But then for you, here's what's difficult. A lady has a lot of steps here and we are not traveling much. We're not taking many steps here, so it's very easy to start moving away from the lady while she's doing her pivot. If you're gonna be a little bit too early, lady will feel like she's been a little bit choked. So if we do again, 1, 2, 3. So you see, I took only one step here where Marzena did 3. Now, what happens here, I still have to first initiate direction as always for the lady in this turn. Now, we start turning, and towards the end of that turn, I actually want to move towards my right side, which will actually complete the action. So again, if I do the last part and I rush, if I start shifting way too early, this way you see that Marzena might stuck with this turn, right? So always remember, direct lady first. Once she's already doing what you want her to do, then you can continue doing your action. So that will give you this nice, beautiful opening on the very end of the turn.
Just the last thing for the ladies during this turn, it actually comes from the gentleman, right from the crossbody lead. Please pay attention how we come and we do this swing action. It's a pendulum swing that we initiate. Now you might feel you have your head going first, but you just follow that action that happened on the very first step. Now as we go the next step, I'm going very strongly with my sternum forward. And then when I turn, I release my knees again, but I'm truly feeling that I'm in a lady promenade. Okay, let's talk about this underarm turn to the right. I love the pendulum action. We have 3 steps to make this turn and get from left side to the right side of a gentleman. So as we go here, we're going to go pendulum 2, 3. As I go through and I finish with the very strong right side lead towards my partner. So I truly believe this is a regular underarm turn for the ladies. I go forward, forward, and then I go forward with the pivoting action on the end, ladies. So let's do this one more time. And we go 1, 2, 3. As we go to the 3, we're going to immediately offer our left hand to the gentleman so we can get a correct lead for our Rendez. Okay, now from the gentleman part.
So gentlemen, here again, we have a difficulty because we have different timings in our movement. Marzena has the regular tempo 1, 2, 3, where I have counter timing 1, 3. So if I would just think about my own timing and how is the rise and fall relate to it, I'm supposed to rise much earlier. I'm supposed to rise on the first step and the lower on the third one. But if I would do that, we will not get synchronized together with Marzena. So even though I have a different timing, I have to have the rise and fall which relates to Marzena's rise and fall. So that means I have to stay a little lower in the first step and start picking up towards the second step, even if I don't actually take that one, and then lower with Marzena on the third step. So let's do that first. And 1, 2, 3, right? You can see that our bodies still match very nicely with the rise and fall, so you don't really pay attention that our timing actually is different. Now, one more thing about this lead and as any underarm turn, I want to make sure that as I'm leading into the turn, I am sending my body up towards the connection, right? Because what I don't want to create is just the separation of the arm during a turn, because then you see like we're just cooking goulash. Yes, goulash, right, or bigos. Yeah, so make sure from the standing leg we compress, now we project up towards the connection, then see we come closer to each other, and now see, now if I'll ask Marzena to stay here for a second, now as she's passing me, my center continue projecting right through her, so when we finish with the last step, we are still looking at each other. So from here, I direct her and my center still pointing through her. So now we can move away. Now, when we move away, first thing first, we already talked about it before in different videos, there's a common center. So what happens is we have to move away from the common center without really moving it. But here's the additional piece of information for gentlemen. I always want to first make sure that the lady understands where she needs to go from me. So instead of right away moving myself away, I actually want to direct her, especially that she has more actions to do because she has to take a step back and has to do a Rendez and come back, where I only take a one step and I hesitate. So I have a less step, so therefore I can be more busy with my lead. So I will start delaying and send her first. Now towards the end, I move away from her. So what you see on the very end, we'll still, like in the previous action, we still match on the very end opening before we come back. If I rush, there might be chance of Marzena or me not quite be able to finish. There you see a lot of tension in the upper body. So let's do the whole piece here. You see it correctly. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3. Okay, and the same action happens here where I send Marzena first, so I know exactly how far she is. So this will help you to create a lot of stability in the arm.
Okay, just last thing for the ladies. While the gentleman is sending us, please don't think about the shape immediately. So after we connect it with the left arm, the last thing I wanted to do is think about the shape. I actually feel I'm going almost concave. Then we go through vertical and I'm shaping as my knees are flexing forward. Now, as I do this next step, we are coming very strongly metronomically. So I hope you can see my top being way more active so we can meet here in the middle.
We're giving ourselves high five.
And then from here we are passing with the forward walk turning. Then we recompress. And again, the last thing I wanted to do is run away from him. Yes, we are staying with each other, with that compression to create the shape. So our CVS rule comes really handy here. We have the first C that stands for the concave, and then we go through vertical shape, and then we go to that up and over, which is the shape to leave, with the relaxation of our joints.
But you see, we're trying to encourage you to always think that the shape is always, the purpose of shape is to exit the foot, and that's what you always have to think of, not just to look pretty. Again, if you do it right, for the right reasons, in the right order, you will always look pretty, but also very unique.
Yes, so let's try this step with music. Because of the smaller space, we're going to do only one time that free spin, but you can add additional full 6 measures. So now let's analyze step number 2. It's the reverse turns with the free spin. We're going to do a shorter version of the step due to smaller space. Okay, so let's start. We're going to go from the reverse turn. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, lady underarm turn. 4, 5, 6, going into 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and hesitation to finish the measure. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 1. We can make this step twice with the free spin without the underarm turn. There's many possibilities. It's a great step. It's very popular. let's right now work on the details.
So we start with the reverse turn and then underarm turn. So that is the first lead what we gentlemen have to do. So the first 1, 2, 3 is a simple reverse turn. Now from here, first thing what I gotta do, I have to start creating a little bit more spacing for the lady to start an underarm turn. And as I do that, I also start picking my left side up. My right arm slows down and also this way lady knows that she needs to actually follow my right hand, not my body. She will follow my body. This way we'll maintain body contact and there will be no enough space for the lady to do an underarm turn. Okay? So gentlemen, you have to practice this movement where you move yourself away, but you start slowing down the right arm. So this is the way how ladies start understanding that you're actually creating more space for her for whatever action you're going to do after that.
Okay, but guys, please do not shrink the size of the steps too much, because if you just become a little bit too passive, we don't feel that invitation where we should go. So if we just do the 4, 5, 6, just do your 4, 5, 6 the same way as you would do your solo steps. So you go 4, 5, 6. I'm not passing Swivel. I started on his right side and I finish on his right side. Therefore, the distance has to be provided for the from the gentleman for the lady. Okay, so let's try to
so it's not the same as you will do the normal natural turn if we do it. I mean, sorry, this is the first time if you will do it without an arm turn. I have Marzena throughout the whole movement on my right side. So what we are doing in between, we are doing this underarm turn, but yet she still maintains the same relationship with my right side, it's just a little further away from her.
Okay, now what's very important, ladies, when you do this, it's the actual swing and sway that we're going to produce during this turn. So as we go 4, 5, 6, we change the shape here, and I hope you can see how my base is swinging ahead. I'm going to do a spiral action here, and my last step I'm projecting with the left side forward, and that's my pocket turn right here. It's very important that the shoulder you started that turn with is the same shoulder you're going to end the turn with. So we're not twisting our body.
And I like to think of, which I often say, that both of my hands are involved in a beat. So my left arm with the left side is projecting up, but my right side is actually directing the lady into the movement, right? So there's I need to make sure that both of my sides and both of my hands working together, they coordinate together in order to give lady a very clear idea where we want her to go.
Okay, so just at that moment when the gentleman does 4, 5, 6, guys, you're moving 4, 5, 6. Now, from here, we're moving into the next 1, 2, 3 of a reverse turn. So now let's analyze the second part of this group. It's where we are actually going to the actual free spin. And that's the one that most of the professional and open gold students are really loving and using in their choreographies. So as we finished our underarm turn, we are in our distance, we are apart. Now the gentleman is going to start changing the hold, and maybe we should do this actually in a different angle. As Slawek sends me to the next step, he is sending his right arm on my body, so I know something is about to change. So we go 1, 2, 3. And what we like to do here, we actually really love that the gentleman is dancing more like a wing position, or wing step from International Ballroom, where he's going to take his foot outside partner.
And gentlemen, you have an option what you do with your hands, how you approach that. So now let's still dance maybe this way. So you started with the still traditional hold, and as Marzena mentioned, you start changing. Your left hand is going towards Marzena's right side. You take a step a little bit further away. Now you can either use both hands the same, or you can, what I like to do, I like to open my right arm to the side, so it gives me a little bit stronger connection with my left hand with Marzena, and from there it helps me to actually start leading her into the free spin.
Okay, let's do the same thing from the other side. So we just finished our reverse turn, And we go 1, 2, 3. Now ladies, I really want to feel that your rib cage is projecting into the wrist area. Gentlemen, do not open this space because you feel that she wants to do a shape. We will be heavy. So, but you can only say thank you to yourself if you open the door for us. As we go for the next step, I hope you can see I'm entering with the very strong left side lead. As I'm going through that second step, Slawek is offering his hand on the inside of my rib cage, following through, and then I continue to turn inside of this hand. So if we can just maybe do this towards the camera. So we just went outside partner, we go 1, 2. There is this moment that this hand becomes a priority. We still have his left hand on us, but the right one is guiding us. Now from here, the right hand is still sending the lady to finish the actual pivoting action.
Ladies, be careful because you have a very strong turning action while we still swinging and turning. Make sure don't overuse your upper body to finish your pivoting action, because then it will be really hard for man to help you to offer his connection, because most likely you're going to over rotate your upper body. So still finish like any left turning figure. Please still finish in a boy promenade.
Okay, so let's do this one more time. Let's do this twice different angles for you guys. So we just start from outside partner and the lady goes 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more time the other way. So we can go both ways. And 1, 2, 3. So I hope you guys can see that I'm really strongly leading with the left side and I'm ending with the left side on the end.
And for me, because I'm inside of the turn, when I lead Marzena into her free spin, I'm still monitoring her through my centers. I keep constantly through my center watching her, where she is, how far she's traveling, how fast she's traveling. So I place my steps accordingly to her movement. So this way, by the time when we finish, because most likely I will be the only one who's holding Marzena, I want to make sure that she's close enough so she doesn't pull me out of my feet, but at the same time far enough so she can have enough space for her beautiful arm styling to move along with her movement.
Okay, let's talk right now a little bit about that arm styling. Ladies, you can try to do both hands up, you can do one hand up. I'm normally not the biggest fan of having two hands up because it will have a little bit of a tendency that the shoulders will come up. I like to come with sway either right or left. So if we do this one more time and then we're connected right here, I can keep one hand and then open it like this, or I can have two hands up and then just open the hand. So it's really your choice. Which one do you like? Which one will make you more comfortable? I personally prefer to have one hand higher and then match the other one versus two at the same time, but that's my personal choice.
I think also because if you put both arms up, it will create natural tendency of your body being vertical. Now we like to always create those angles in very dynamic position while we're turning and traveling. That's why we will always, if there's a chance, we always choose the one when the body can actually express itself diagonally and curved way.
Okay, let's try this a little faster, just so you guys can see those shaping. So we'll just do entire figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? I hope you can see how this can look really beautiful, and we don't need to have this, I call it ballerina arm styling over there. Okay? Now, on the very end, we have that little hesitation action. So, you can, like we said before, you can do this step once, twice, but on the end, the actual figure ends with the very calm hesitation action. So as we finish from this last step, the gentleman has to change the axis point and guide the lady to the hesitation and then finish with a very strong sway to the right for him, sway to the left for the lady.
Which set us up to dance into any right turning figure at this point.
Yes, so let's do this one more time from the other angle. Go 1, 1, and we can finish with the beautiful shape to the right for the man, to the left for the lady.
And of course, there's a lot of transition in the way we lead each other and follow. So you can come back to the classical close hold in a body contact as we just did, but you can still obviously end up having an alternative hold. So let's try. So we can still finish, maybe we'll show a little bit here. We can still finish with a little bit distance between us. Marzena can open her arm. She can also open the other one, put it over the shoulder. So of course there's more options what you can do, yet the line of the body still remains the same.
Okay, let's try this step with music. So now our step choice number 3, it's a roll in and out. It's a great step that shows a lot of different lead and follow abilities and change of directions. So let's try it together. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3.
And 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. And 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. And 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. And from another angle. And 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Lady steps. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. So now let's analyze all the lead and all the turns that are happening in this step.
There's a lot of activity for the lady, therefore we gentlemen have to be very stable and very clear and precise through our lead to make sure the lady exactly understand what we want her to do. So we're starting in the left side position, and first what we're doing is we bringing ourselves towards the common center, which also make a lady going to the center as well. But now, because we're sort of stopping the arm, that tells lady that she needs to continue turning more or less where she is, okay?
So now what's very important for the lady, that lead from the gentleman, that it's stopping, it's only to make us feel that there will be a rotation, but I don't want you to feel that you actually stop your action. Because if you pay attention to this lead, that lead, it's continuously rolling. I will stay here, but it's rolling to redirect the lady to pass the gentleman.
So we're dancing like a U-turn.
You have to feel that you're the outsider and the gentleman stays in the middle of that first rotation. So if we do one more time, I go 1, 2, and as I go on a step 3, what's very important, I need a very strong left side lead.
So you see, if I really delay my next step, that's the reason why I have a 1 step in the first half of this action where Marzena actually has a 1, 2, 3 timing. So this will be easier for Marzena to feel that I am the center of the turn and she's actually dancing more past me. And 1, 2, 3.
Left side lead, ladies.
And now from here I'm crossing behind to dance their 1, 2, 3 timing and Marzena unrolling herself 1, 2, 3. Okay? We repeat from there again what we did in the first time.
So guys, when the lady is moving the forward, the next step, make sure that crossing action still allows us to take the step, because otherwise we're going to feel like we're on the leash and we cannot follow through. So let's do this one more time. Give us the direction. 1, 2, 3, and now allow the lady to take the step.
That's why, based on where the lady is going, where she's rolling out, that's why my step, so if I did my 1, 2, 3, instead of right away moving away from Marzena, that's why she will not have enough space to roll out. I actually might do a little bit of Rendez to actually allow me to move towards her 1, 2, and the last step we actually opening out. That's what gives her a chance to continue progressing actually the same direction.
So let's do this one more time, guys, so you really pay attention how much rotation Slawek does and how his foot is actually following the lady's direction. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're just repeating the same step on the other side. So let us do it from the other side. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So what actually does feel good for me, it's when Marzena was finishing her first 3, that's when I start releasing the Rendez already, so that rotational action through the leg and the body continues sending her outward. So maybe we'll do it one more time, so you can pay attention to the Rendez. 1, 2, Rendez, 1, 2, and again, 1, 2, Rendez, 1, 2, 3. So that Rendez actually gives me something to do, because like I mentioned earlier, I only have a 1 step, I have a hesitation timing here where Marzena is very busy. So if I have this Rendez towards the end of the bar, it gives me more activity in the body, which help me to match my and Marzena's energies.
So ladies, just one more thing about this step. Please make sure when you turn, you're truly feeling that you're taking that step in a promenade position. So as I'm going here, I go lady promenade. As I'm doing the checking action, that's when I'm allowing my body to finish in a gentleman. I take a small step with the gentleman promenade position. Then I'm going to turn my foot only, and then we can do this beautiful explosion line away from each other.
So the center in this action is changing. It starts as a common center that is changing to me as a center, and then is going back to the common center. So again, understanding that, it makes the step way easier to execute.
Okay, so let's do this one more time from both sides. So ladies, right side, left side, right side, left side, and we finish here with that explosion line. Okay, so now from here, we're moving into the next step. It's like a fan, but it's overturned. So we are entering this like a tango swivel, but we have to complete that rotation with upper body. So we initiate the base, and then as we come from here, our upper body will complete that action. So
technically speaking, what we're doing, we're changing from the left side position into the right side position, but we're doing it very beautiful, very expressive way.
Okay, so let's do this one more time. We go 1, 2, 3. We have entire measure for this. It's a hesitation timing step, which means we take step on 1. There is really no step taken on 2 and 3, but there's a lot of activity. So to make sure that we do this properly, please be aware that this turn-up does not start to backing up too early. We want to go fully on this foot, so that's our doctor's rule. A direction, then we do rotation, continue with the upper body rotation, and on the end we have this beautiful shape. So again, the shape should take us to the following figure versus to create like a handbrake in a car to make us stop the movement. Okay, so let's do this one more time, and then we will move on. So go step, direction, rotation, shape. Now from here, we're changing the lead. So I will actually do it twice, first and maybe to you guys so we can explain, and then back to you guys. So if I can go again from this side. We are ladies, we are doing a 3-step turn to the left. So we have finished with the very strong left side lead. And we're going 1, 2, 3. This is exactly the same step as you would do a regular underarm turn to the left when the gentleman does 4, 5, 6 reverse turn. 1, 2, 3. The only difference, we're doing this step solo. We're letting go. The gold level is the first level when our proximity can change to be apart. So if we do one more time from here, I'm going 1, 2, 3. Since this was a left turn, my left side is still leading. If I will come closer to Slawek right now, we should very easily come back to the closed position. Even that we are apart, our sternums are still looking at each other. For the gentleman?
So what I do, I only have again one step while Marzena is dancing her regular timing 1, 2, 3. But what I'm doing is, because she's turning left, I'm leading her a little bit across. I'm leading her a little bit leftwards, because in the next step I will continue following her. So make sure don't send the lady straight, because it will be really hard for you gentlemen to catch up with the lady. Okay? And 1. And as I'm finishing, I'm actually, while I let go, I continue wind up because I have more time since I only have a 1 step. So I prepare myself from the right leading into the left side leading. So now from here, I'm going to do my 1, 2, 3, the same 3-step turn what Marzena just danced. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so ladies, this is the time when we are having that hesitation timing, and we are providing a frame for our gentleman. So if we do this one more time, I hope you guys can see it, that we were apart. And now from here, as I'm going 1, I pull my heel, I offer the connection for Slawek. And now from here, as he takes his step on 3, we recompress that knee, and now from here, we can change to that hesitation picture line on the right foot, on the left foot for the lady.
So it's interesting that we actually are alternating our roles, our jobs here. I really do what usually ladies doing, which is doing my 3-step turn towards the lady in this case, and now lady is offering hand to connect into my back, and then my job is to fold into that connection so we can actually finish together. We are truly alternating what we actually normally dancing.
So let's do this right now the other way so you guys can see how my hand is going to connect to Slawek. So we are right here. We're going to do a ladies 3-step turn. 1, 2, 3. Now from here, ladies, we do a little pull from the heel. 1. Offer the hand on the gentleman back. He finishes 3, and now from here we recompress and then go 1, 2, 3. This is a perfect place that we can start open right turns in open facing position. Advice, as we finish our 3-step turn, please make sure that your first step curves off the track slightly. So now the gentleman had a straight line, and now we are ahead of the movement to create that power of the slide to the left.
I maybe should also mention a little bit about what happens with my arms while I do this 3-step turn, because obviously I don't want to hit Marzena with my frame, and that might easily happen, if I ask you here, if I'll just maintain my left elbow in the same position, that will be very easy for me to hit Marzena. So obviously I have to coordinate my movement as I'm approaching closer to where she is. I need to use my body to tell my arms what to do so I can perfectly fit myself in a connection with Marzena.
We hope you enjoy those steps, and we hope you can gain a lot of technical aspects that can help you in your own personal choreographies or your show routines.
And we hope we'll see you all in 2021 in Las Vegas. Thank you very much. Enjoy dancing.
Thank you.